Today, we're jumping into Gotham Knights on the ROG Ally. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so here we are in game. We are going to come down to options here. And we're going to come over to graphics. Now, as you guys can see, we are running borderless full screen. We are running a 1280 by 720. VSync is on. Come down here. Our max FPS limit is set to 40. Upscaling type, AMD FSR 2, set to quality. Sharpening level is set to 5. Okay, come down here. I knocked up field of view to 75. Ray tracing is off. Motion blur is on. Ambient occlusion is on. Bloom is on. Chromatic aberration, that is off. Depth of field, that is set to on. Texture quality is set to high. Shadows quality set to medium. Effects quality set to high. Post-processing quality set to high. View distance set to medium. Environment density set to medium. Okay, now that's going to do it as far as the in-game settings goes. We're going to come over here to our command center, and as you can see, we're running 720 here as well. Okay, we do have the refresh rate set to 120 hertz. None of these other settings are on here. Our real-time monitor is obviously on, and we're running in control mode of a gamepad. Okay, now it's interesting because Gotham Knights ran terrible on the Steam Deck. In the initial stages of the game, I was able to get a solid 30 with some lower settings, low and medium settings. And with this, we're able to knock those settings up extremely high. And this is even with the latest BIOS update that caused some regressive performance issues. And that is BIOS upgrade, I think it's 3.19. And hopefully Asus is going to resolve that quickly. But that being said, we are locked to 40 FPS here, and we are playing plugged. This game looks absolutely extraordinary, and it plays so good on the ROG Ally. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a little bit of gameplay here and show you guys the performance. I am going to turn the volume up a little bit. If it does get a little loud, then we'll go ahead and kick it back down. Let's see if we can get into some trouble here. I mean, just look at this. It looks absolutely amazing. Just extraordinary. I freaking love this thing. Okay, here we go. I mean, just look at the streets. Look at the textures. I mean, wow. We're just going to take a look at some of this stuff. Just look at how good this looks. I'll get close into her. I mean, this is just amazing, guys. If you guys are, on the fence about getting the ROG Ally, you don't need to be. When the Steam Deck originally launched, it met its fair share of issues. Matter of fact, people were saying it was broken, it released too soon, it wasn't finished. And even though that may have been the case, that it did have issues, they resolved those issues very quickly. And I think Asus can do the same thing. This thing is not facing that many issues. It's got the performance. It just needs a little more optimization. It needs a little more user-friendly interface. It needs some tweaking. But other than that, I mean, this thing is so much fun to play. I mean, and look at the visuals. It's extraordinary. So while we do get some really nice settings on Gotham Knights, up into the 60s, 70s, it does tend to bounce down sometimes, down closer to 40. And the VRR can compensate, and it does, but sometimes there's a little bit of jitteriness. So what we decided to do was we decided to lock it to 40 and play that way. And to me, it's a much more pleasing experience. If you don't want to lock it, you don't have to. But for myself personally, I do having that locked. I do like having that locked to 40 FPS. To me, it's just a much better experience. So that's what we opted for. And as you guys can see, this is running absolutely amazing. This is absolutely gorgeous. And you're not even getting it in person. I mean, yes, you can see that this video is 1080p, but you're not seeing what I'm seeing visually. This is just so good. Now we're playing this on micro SD card. The load times are not significant at all.
I remember when they'd let me use the front door. Now, where was the morgue again?
Blueprints put the morgue on the other side of the bullpen. Careful not to be seen on the way.
Goddamn freaks. That's my daughter's school.
We got a few in lockup. One caller in interrogation.
I'd pay $100 for 5 minutes alone.
Did anyone play that John Doe buddy? Buff guy, wild outfit. Damn.
Sergeant, body cam on.
Now, a little bit ago, I was talking about the performance on the Steam Deck. And when we were in the city, and when you were riding the bat cycle or whatever you want to call it, we were getting like 18 to 24 frames a second. It was absolutely ridiculous. And now it's 40. It actually is higher, but because of the fluctuation, normally in some of these games, because of the VRR and the 120 hertz refresh rate screen, you can get away with leaving the FPS unlocked. And you'll see that in some of our settings where we just say, you know what, don't lock anything, let it fluctuate, because you don't have to worry about the jitters. The VRR will compensate for that. But in this game, there are a couple, and it's just kind of annoying, so we just locked it to 40. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Has to be another way around.
Eat the student body! Barbecue the rich! Make it spicy! Shut up in there, you freaking nut job! Freaking nut job!
I swear, cross my finger. I grew an ear on my shoulder.
Shut up or I'm coming in!
Fell off, and then I ate it.
Keep that crap to yourself.
The morgue is just on the other side of the bullpen.
Now would be a particularly bad time to be spotted.
We're gonna go ahead and move this over here. Actually, I'll put it right here just for you guys to see. Now, there is one thing I wish they would do, and I wish that they would change this overlay a little bit. I do prefer the one that Valve has implemented for, you know, the top of the screen. It does keep it away out of most of the game's UI. If you are playing in 720 window mode, it's perfect because it's completely out of the way entirely. But at least we're able to move it around. It's not actually just stuck. So you do have some abilities and some freedom with it. Okay. Security cameras can alert nearby enemies of your location. Yes. Okay.
Stop giving me shit. It's bad enough I'm writing it down.
Okay. So we got to watch out for those security cams. Use control panel to deactivate. Okay, I think that's just gonna do its own thing until we figure this out.
Barely hit that kid. Not my fault he trips me at the curb. Goddamn parents want to sue the city. Good thing he's got priors. The lawyers will hold that.
Okay, well, I think
They sure released the Langstrom scene quick.
No way any of this would have flown when Dad was commissioner. Locked. Of course.
Someone must have a key. The desk sergeant, perhaps.
She's back!
oh, come on now.
Get her from the other side! Get down! Firing ground!
Come on.
How do you think this ends?
So good. Okay, now we need to get this key. I don't think I have to worry about really being seen too much anymore.
Found it. The forensics team. Did someone target them specifically?
Watch your back.
Gosh, look how good this looks, guys.
Belfry, Talia Ghula's here.
Copy that. Be careful.
You know you can't beat me. My beloved has trained you well.
I remember him telling you to stay out of Gotham.
Dead men's wishes don't concern me. Besides, I'm here to clean up my father's mess, which in this case is the demon himself.
You're not even a little bit tempted to use a Lazarus pit to bring your father back? Wouldn't be the first time. Wait! Why did he go after Bruce? Classic.
All right, guys, I think that's gonna about do it for this video. As you guys can see, the ROG Ally handles this game very, very well. We are sitting at 40 FPS. When they do update that BIOS and they fix the performance issues with the last update, this will perform even better. You guys might be able to even knock this up to 50, lock it, or even 60. Because right now we're looking at a 30%, 25% decrease in performance when we're on a higher wattage. And so here pretty soon they'll be able to correct that and we'll be back in business. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you guys have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that bell icon so you guys get notified when we drop new content. Don't forget that down in the description below, there is a link to our Facebook page where you guys can find an alphabetical curated list of game settings and tutorials, not only for the Steam Deck, but now for the ROG Ally. Additionally, we do have a link to our Patreon page where you guys can become Pixel Deck family members. You guys can help support what we do here at Pixel Deck. Every bit of assistance is a huge blessing, and we just thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We're super thrilled to be able to share a new system with you guys, new settings for those that we're not reaching with just the Steam Deck. And we thank you guys for your continued support, and we're going to catch you guys on the next video.